Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. We'll go straight to an article from The Guardian, who are reporting on UK house builders, and a few of them reporting that it's a little bit tough out there at the moment when it comes to building houses. Steve Misley, who is the managing director of Fairgrove Homes, who are based in the East Midlands, they build about 50 homes a year. You know, a relatively, with all due respect to Fairgrove Homes, a relatively small house builder. They're one of a number of firms that are commenting at the moment that things are getting a little bit tougher out there. And they're citing falling demand, rising interest rates, labour shortages, high material and wage costs. Now, some people out there will like developers, some people won't like developers for a multitude of reasons. But the interesting things that Mr. Midgley has said included it's taking longer for people to sell their own house. Yep, check. It's taking vastly longer to exchange contracts. He says after the reservation, we're talking 3 or 4 months, whereas at one time we'd have had that down to 4 to 6 weeks. All of that puts stress on the working capital, the work in progress, and everything. 100%. I totally agree with that. We've said for a little while that we can see that the economy is slowing down, despite all these BS numbers that we're being fed. We're seeing that with the increase in interest rates, with cost of living squeezes because of government reaction to everything that's gone on in the last couple of years, it's slowly starting to take its toll. Whenever the Bank of England increases interest rates, the knock-on effect normally takes 12 to 18 months to work through the economy. So despite the fact the Bank of England rate is now 5.25%, again, we're not going to see the big impact of this for a little while. But it is concerning that the smaller house builders are picking up that things are just taking a little bit longer. And from managing cash flow from a property point of view, that can be quite challenging, 100%. Barratt Developments, who's one of the largest house builders in the UK, has recently said it would build 20% fewer homes this year. Taylor Wimpey, who's another big builder, has said the share of its first-time buyers taking on mortgages of more than 36 years has almost quadrupled since 2021, up to 27%. There was an article last week. Basically, Taylor Wimpey have started doing 36-year mortgages in order to try and entice people to lock in that rate and lock in their home moving forwards. More and more house builders are offering more incentives, I should say. So Cameron Homes here are based in Staffordshire, offering discounts and free extras such as carpets and upgrades to persuade hesitant buyers. So what does all of this mean? Well, all of this means that the rate of house building seems to be slowing down for, again, all of the reasons we mentioned at the start of the episode. And we're seeing that with the drop in house prices, I think it's about 3.9% as per July data, with the combination of interest rates increasing, cost of living, etc., slowly the housing market is grinding to a halt. And this isn't good for anyone. But this is something that we've said on the podcast for a little while, that this would possibly happen for all the aforementioned reasons. So what do we do moving forward? Well, we are here to half make predictions thinking about it. We have said that Q4, or I will say now on record, Q4 2023 is going to be very gnarly for people here in the UK. It's probably going to be quite gnarly for people worldwide. Why is that? If we look at other data, the yield curve in the USA has inverted. It's showing it's one of its biggest, steepest declines or inversions since 1981. It's also on par with 1929. And for those of you who are familiar with economic history, you'll know that the massive Wall Street crash in 1929 was followed by the Great Depression. It is highly possible that that could happen again. without a shadow of a doubt, and that will take a lot of recovery time. I believe there's also a nice big recession in the early 80s as well. So that piece of data is concerning. There's also recently, there has been a bank downgrades. So Moody's, the ratings agency, has downgraded banks, which has led to a knock-on effect with bank share prices. What does this mean? Well, not too much in August. A lot of people seem to be on holiday, but we find that if we look at the other crashes in history, a lot of them seem to happen September, October time. I don't think this is going to be any different this time around. So all of these economic warning signs are here. What doesn't help is when government comes out with data to say, hey, yeah, the economy is growing at 0.2% or whatever it is, citing extra bank holidays that we've had. That, I want to say that's almost just a bit of politicizing there, trying to not spook anyone, because at the end of the day, the economy works on psychology. If the psychology of the people and the masses is there, then we can tick along. If the psychology is dented and consumer confidence is broken, then that is also what it's going to cause steep declines. So there's a lot going on here at the moment, and we've got to try and put all the pieces together. So just to summarize, house prices have fallen by, I think it's about 3.9% as per July data. Looking at this article here, we're starting to see various managing directors of various house building companies here in the UK saying that it's getting tough out there for a multitude of reasons. Even the bigger house builders, your Barratt Homes, your Taylor Wimpey's, they're saying, hang on a minute, hands up, we're decreasing the rate in which we're building new homes for the same factors. We're also seeing bank ratings decrease, which again should at least raise your eyebrows, if not maybe open one of your eyes. What's the solution here? We're not independent financial advisors. We never have been, we never will be. However, we can say to you, you should probably look at putting some of your allocation into physical metals. Why? Because that's true money. We do urge you to go and do your own homework, your own research into why you should do that. My reasons would be there's no counterparty risk and they're true forms of money. Everything else, not so much. So get ready, do prepare yourself. Please, please, please do prepare yourself for what's coming down the road. Next episode is episode 400 of Property Nomads, an incredible milestone. It's just going to be a regular run-of-the-mill episode. We'll do something special for our 500th episode as and when that is. So take heed, be careful out there. September, October this year, it's going to be, I think it's going to be quite gnarly. I really, really do. Share this message out with as many people as you can. Like us, like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast if you don't already do so. Go and hunt us down on YouTube. Just search for Property Nomads. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and do that bell notification thing so you can get updates as and when new video content comes out. Stay safe, get ready, be prepared, and see you in the next episode.